We're a content business, we're a content hub. We produce and aggregate content, podcasts, live streaming, video, and it's all based on our website. Obviously that's the home of everything, but we stream through any number of applications. We're busy building our own at the moment. And we have a nice tribe of loyal and ever-growing audience, which I'm delighted to say is exactly what I wanted. You can measure radio because it's a digital thing, so you can know exactly how many people are listening at any given time in terms of your live streaming. How useful that is for a client or an ad agency is debatable, so I'm not going to try and figure that out. What we can do is tell you how many podcast downloads we've had. We can give you an average listenership over a week. We can give you an average listenership over a month. And those numbers are increasingly competitive with what FM radio is doing, even though, and I'll state this to be very clear, we are not competing with FM radio. There's a lot that FM radio does that we don't do, and there's a lot that we do that FM radio does not do. Essentially, we're serving a totally different audience. And the most important thing in any storytelling, any medium, any broadcast business is your audience, not you. We've had 3.5 million downloads since August of last year, which is a tremendous number. That means 3.5 million individual pieces of content have been downloaded. Each of those is about an hour long. The exciting thing about this to me is that these people who are downloading and listening to this content are engaged in it automatically. You may assume that they're doing this because of the trouble and the hoops they have to jump through to get it. What that means is that you have an active, participatory, committed, and involved audience in a way that maybe audiences on FM radio have claimed they might have been in before, but it's not entirely clear how that happens, especially when you go into a 12-minute commercial break. We'll build you branded content. This is the important thing, I think, that differentiates us from people who sell airtime and sell by reach and frequency. While there are elements of what we're doing in order to wean people away from the traditional model that we'll need to incorporate, there are also elements of this that are entirely new and quite revolutionary. And if we design it properly together, I mean, in the advertising industry, the media business as it stands at the moment, and the future media businesses, if we do it properly, we can not only serve the audience properly, the clients properly, and in the interim, add the creative elements that only a really good agency can add. We can find solutions that everybody can be happy with. It doesn't have to be a one person, whether it's the audience losing at the expense of the client or the other way around. I think that that's dangerous, and that's too often a model that radio has sold itself on. The most important marketing tool for anyone in the world right now is social media. Nothing works quite so well because you're dealing with people on a peer-to-peer basis. It's not a broadcast, it's actually a conversation. And if you use social media effectively, which I think we're doing at Cliff Central, we've got numbers on Facebook and Twitter that are bigger than almost all the commercial stations, which I'm very, very proud of, and we're only a year old. And we're growing that on the basis that we're forming a tribe. We're forming a community here. And when you do that, you get built-in loyalty and you get built-in value that you just couldn't buy anywhere. I think that's the most exciting thing of all. This is, for me, so gratifying because not only can I create opportunities for other young, talented broadcasters who would never find a gap on FM radio because it's congested and there are only so many slots available, but also for the audience who are looking for something particular. They're tired of being patronized, they're tired of ICASA's rules or the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's rules, even if they're not aware of them, preventing them from having very honest peer-to-peer, one-on-one conversations, which is the only real conversation worth having. So that's, to me, the most special thing of all.